And why was he imprisoned in this place with these creatures?
Does not compute.
How does that make sense?
I will reward you with your lives.
So, are they dead? Are they zombies? You can't say with your lives as if they're imprisoned, because here's what happens. He opens infinite portholes for them to jump through. Or are they doing it themselves?
What?
He's trapped. But they left the sword in his hand and left him in a place where he can communicate with these things. They didn't kill all these creatures. They didn't trap him in a special place where he can't communicate with these creatures, where he has no one else except himself. They don't know about the codex because they didn't make the codex. They were made. So in case he was ever trapped by one of his children, 2 of his children, 6 of his children, 8 of his children, 10 of his children, 50,000 of his children, he made a failsafe within each and every one of them. Whichever one of them bonds with any of their hosts and they have a perfect bonding, they will create a codex in which I will then send any of these creatures to go and retrieve said codex to bring it back to me to unlock my prison. Please listen to what I just said and respond to me in the comments if that is a viable, competent, intelligent form of storytelling. Put yourself in his shoes. You're a god and you've made the xenomorphs and the xenophages. You've made 2 beings. These things that jump through the portholes and the xenomorphs, the symbiotes. I'm assuming these things came first before the symbiotes. You then make the symbiotes after. Light then invades your realm. Then the symbiotes then figure out this is the right time to betray him. Not before Light invading, but right now. Is Light intelligence, wisdom, foresight, epiphany? Were the symbiotes being tortured? Were they enslaved? What is the purpose of their function? What is their function? What did this god Null make the symbiotes for? He's a slicer of all planets and yada yada yada. Fuck me, dudes. In the comments, respond, please. I want to see how y'all gonna fix this, because some people are satisfied with nonsense.
Damn, son.
Help me understand how this makes sense to you. Again, it might just be my ADHD. It's doing this thing. So this makes perfect sense to some of you. Help a brother out in the comments. He said, find my codex, go to the corners of every galaxy or corners of the galaxy or the universe and find me this codex. Then he opens a porthole. I'm just curious to figure out either it's him doing this or is each one of them capable of doing this. Then he says, I will reward you with your life. So are they in prison? Because in the flashback, we saw that they were fighting or they were going against, the symbiotes. They didn't look all pretty and handsome with clothes on, berets, afros, locks, beautiful hair, no makeup, skin looking flawless. They looked exactly like this. So when you say reward you with your life, were they imprisoned by then as well? What does reward you with life mean and look like? Because they can open a porthole or you can open a porthole. And so now we need to establish who's opening the portholes, him or them?
Well, duh.
Because if they're imprisoned here with him, who was he telling the story to? Because he said, I was imprisoned. He didn't say we were imprisoned. He said I. So with the I being imprisoned here, where did these motherfuckers come from? It's clear he made them. Then why didn't all the symbiotes kill these motherfuckers? Because they must have known these dudes can teleport. Or they must have known he has the power to teleport things in and out of wherever they want to.
Don't ask questions. Just consume product and then get excited for next product.
So is this like the Titans eating his children thing of the Greek mythology? We don't know. Yeah. And because not all of us are avid comic book readers, we can't understand. Let me speak for myself. And because I'm not an avid comic book reader, I'm trying to grasp this concept of a god who has created these creatures seemingly and has created the symbiotes. So whichever being made him sounds stupid, because the concept of making someone who has the power to create and also destroy is confusing to me.
Come on, don't bullshit me.
When he made the symbiotes, what did he make them for? To destroy with him? But he already has these things, these xenophages. So you're the slicer of worlds with your sword, apparently. I'm assuming that's the sword he used to slice worlds. Is he huge? Is he a titan? Is he regular size? Who the frick knows? But the way he sat down in this chair and these things are looking at him, he looks like he's small compared to them. They look like they're huge. So he's not a titan. So you're betrayed by your children. You're imprisoned here, and you're imprisoned with these xenophages. That already doesn't make sense to me. If I don't want you to escape, I'm not giving you any inkling to get away. The codex thing just about makes sense because it'll then tell me you as a god foresaw this imprisonment by your children. So therefore, you narrating your story, you should have implemented that. They didn't know that I had foreseen this. And even them imprisoned him here when light came in. Surely by them knowing he's their god, they would have been like, hold on a minute. This guy can see the future, right? So he knows what we're going to do to him. The whole thing is not making sense.
Daddy, chill.
What skills and gifts did Null give the symbiotes as so powerful to trap him, who is a god? He's their maker. What spiderweb fluid did they use to glue him to that chair that he cannot break out of it?
Nice.
So much so that he cannot free himself except when a codex is created, which leads me to believe he knew this was going to happen because you are their maker. So therefore you created the ability for the codex to be created within themselves when they bond with a perfect host. And in case that host is dying, they bring that host back to life. This is some real heavy shit, by the way. Yeah. He then tells these boys and girls, get me the codex and I will give you your life. I'm inclined to think two things. They're also imprisoned here. Fine. But is it that because he's the one opening the portholes and they're on a leash basically. So wherever they are in the galaxy, if they try to run away, he just sucks them back in here. And it's clear they can't kill him because they try to eat him, but they probably just disintegrate. Maybe when they bite him, they just explode. So there's no point killing him. It's best to just serve him and do what he's asked for. Find this codex, free him so we can get away. Which is so weird to me because it's saying to me indirectly that out of all the symbiotes who survived escaping their maker, have never found perfect hosts to not only bond with, but to bond with and save from death, to then end up creating the codex. That is real strange to me. I don't know how to buy that.
Does not compute. Does not compute. Does not compute.
So I have to accept right now that it's him opening the portholes for these xenophages to leave. Because if it's them doing it themselves, then the line prior doesn't make sense. So they're on a tight leash. If they try to escape, he's just going to teleport them back here. So it makes sense just obey him and do what they need to do for him. So now these things were chilling wherever they were. They've been trapped for ages. I imagine they're also imprisoned as he is based on what I said earlier on. So they eat, all of them are trapped. They're just actually just locked in here.
It's a trap!
Then Mr. Null, the god, the maker of symbiotes, just had an epiphany. Oh, snap. That codex thing that I created, I just realized that's the only thing that can free me. So we don't know if it was trapped here for 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, 5,000 days, 10,000 years, 2,000, 2 billion, whatever, gazillion, fulfillion, 1 million. We don't know.
Too damn bad!
But it's just today, whatever today is for him. It's just that time. It's like, oh.
A few moments later.
The codex thing. The codex thing is that's the thing that's going to free me. Okay, guys, gather around. Come. Yeah, you, all of you, come. Oh, I like your hair. Come. Guess what? I figured out a way to escape.
What?
Yeah, I know. Shocking. I know. You just came to me. This codex thing that I created within the Venom symbiotes themselves, all the symbiotes. And I keep saying Venom, but I mean, because it's my favorite child. But all the Venom, all the symbiotes. See, I did it again. And once this specific symbiote, out of all the symbiotes that I made, the ones that survived after imprisoning me here, after the fight and escaped, once this symbiote bonds with their perfect host and stops them from dying, they will essentially create, wait for it, guys, wait for it, a codex. Yes, I know. Awesome, right? Now that codex is the only thing that can free me from this prison. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. How the heck did my other children, who I made after you guys, imprison me? I don't know what they used on me. I know I'm a god. I'm their maker. Yes, I'm not the main god, but I know I'm a god, so I have abilities. But I don't know if they got some special juju. But it's ever since that light thing came, to attack me, So ever since that light thing came to attack me, everything went to shit. They managed to imprison me here with you guys, and there's no way out. So after this epiphany came to me, I thought, okay, I'll send you guys out into the galaxy with my porthole magic. And thankfully, they imprisoned me here with my sword as well. And with my ability to, well, then again, they didn't even know I had that ability. Well, you could argue that they did, but what were they going to do? They can't kill me. I'm a god, So at least they left me here with my sword, They love me enough to keep my sword with me. And with you guys, they didn't kill all of you. They killed some of you, but they found a way to escape, and that's why some of you are still here. So I love you. You are my better children.
Don't bullshit me.
Since making the symbiotes, I realized it was a mistake. Hey, gods make mistakes, okay? Gods make mistakes. So you guys get out there, scan the galaxy, and find me this one codex. I know you're probably thinking there could be multitude, but no, it's only one, And because I'm a god, that's how I've created this thing. Only one symbiote can do this. I don't know what particular symbiote will be able to do this. I don't know what it's going to call itself. I don't remember even naming the symbiotes, giving them different names. I don't remember that, because they betrayed me on day one.
Damn, son.
As soon as this light source came into the house, they betrayed me on day one. I mean, you guys were here. You guys were there fighting. So I didn't even have time to name Jason, Jack, Aphelion, Lucilion, Alemion, Vanion. I didn't have enough time to name my children, These, sons of bitches just betrayed me on day one. It sucks. But so get me that codex and, I'll give y'all your life, and we can just go around the world, the galaxy, doing what I do best, killing planets. Yeah. Yep. Pep talk done. Okay, guys, get out there and do it. He still got his sword in hand.
No god.
So who is he talking? Who the fuck is he talking to? Yes, the viewers, but those things came down to listen to a speech. They know who he is. Why do we need
The void, slicer of world.
God of the voice, slice of worlds? What the fuck does that mean? You slice worlds into half so they become two?
Long ago, when light invaded my kingdom.
So if anything, it's not the fault of the xenomorphs. I mean, the symbiotes. I keep calling them xenomorphs. It's not the symbiote's fault. It's light. Light is the bitch right now. Light is the mother freaking catalyst that caused all. If anyone was to blame, it's not the symbiotes. It's light. What? So Noel shouldn't be pissed at the symbiotes. Noel should be pissed at light for invading his kingdom and then inspiring the symbiotes to imprison him.
Get this man shield.
At last, a codex is being created. It is the key to my freedom. It will unlock this prison.
Who is doing the second backing vocal? Prison, my kingdom. So wherever he is such an echoey environment. How are we supposed to take this part of your story serious when you got echoey bullshit in the background so distracting? Symbol. Freedom. What the fuck are you doing, dudes?
Order you to search the corners of the...
I order you. We're all trapped in here together. It's not like they teleported in here. It looks like they've been in here since with him. He's now ordering them. Dude, we've been here with you for a long time. Why you got to order us around? We're trying to get out of here as well as you.
It's a trap!
So I order you to search the corners of the universe until you find this key. So only one key though. He didn't say multiple codexes. So that means only one symbiote can create this. What a powerful God to create a loophole in his imprisonment, knowing he was going to get imprisoned. So he shouldn't sound salty. He sounds salty, but he shouldn't, because he's like, yo, he's a god. He knew this was going to happen. Or maybe this god didn't have foresight. If so, how the fuck did he know that the codex would be what frees him? Because that prison is a key, and that codex needs to be put somewhere to unlock him. Who told him that information? It can't be light, because light caused his children to betray him. So if he's a god, that doesn't have the power of foresight to foresee what's going to happen, then how does he know the codex is the key to freeing him from this prison that his children put him inside due to light's interference? Light was just straight cruising across the cosmos and said, hey, it's a very interesting looking planet over there. Let me just go and invade. It better be that he's the one opening those portals, because if it turns out that it's the animals doing it instead of him, it will make this story far worse than it already is. Far worse. Far, far worse. So I'm sticking to the fact that it's him opening the portholes for these creatures, not the other way around. Not him, not them opening themselves.
And when I escape and annihilate every living planet and
what the fuck does that mean? You've been trapped here for so long. You're so pissed off. You haven't grown. So you're still on your hunt. You know what? I shouldn't even, my bad. My bad. He was made by another god to be a planet slicer and god of void or of voids. Yeah. So he's just being what he was made to be. So now there's two things at play. Someone made him and made that light. So he's a planet killer who kills planets but creates life, such as the xenophages and symbiotes. For what purpose? We don't know. The movie chose to ignore that part, but chose to give us his backstory. He's hurt. He's hurt. Well, how would you feel if light came to betray you and your kingdom and allowed your children to lock you up in a prison that can never be opened, but only by a key that you, his children, create by saving the life of your host that you bonded with? How would you feel? Of course, you're going to go around slicing up planets and then go after your children as well. Of course, it makes sense. Wouldn't you do that? It makes sense.
Destroy my symbiote offspring. I will reward you with your lives.
Well, at this point, it's kind of like a no-brainer because no other entity has come to visit him, see him. So that means no one can enter, and only he can send things out of this prison and back into this prison. And those things are this xenophages. Makes sense. Epic storytelling, epic writing, A-class.
You don't understand.
This is A-class storytelling. Yeah. Beautiful, immaculate, damn near perfect. Every other awesome story out there that we think is good or we like, even The Matrix, has nothing on this story. This is proper storytelling, A-class storytelling. Even you can't even fathom a greater story beyond this.
Rubbish.
You can't. You don't have the balls, the nobility, the mind, or the capacity or capability.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
You can't come up with a story that supersedes this. It's impossible.
Get this man shit.
This is epic. This is A-class storytelling. Stick around for the next part. Deuces.